Hello everyone, welcome to this series on cultural studies. And in this video, we are going to discuss binary opposition, which is a significant part of structuralism. Introduction. Binary opposition is a fundamental concept in structuralist theory referring to a relationship of opposition and mutual exclusion between two elements. This concept suggests that human understanding and language are structured around pairs of contrasting terms. Examples of binary oppositions include masculine, feminine, cold, heat, and up, down. By analyzing these oppositions, structuralists believe they can uncover the underlying structures of human thought and cultural expression. Examples: binary oppositions are evident in many aspects of life and culture. Common examples are masculine, feminine, the gender binary that defines traditional roles and characteristics associated with men and women. Cold, heat, a basic physical opposition that structures our understanding of temperature. Up, down, a spatial binary that helps us navigate and describe physical space. These pairs are not just linguistic constructs, but are also fundamental to how we perceive and organize the world around us. Claude Lévi-Strauss and myths. The concept of binary opposition is prominently featured in the work of French structural anthropologist Claude Lévi-Strauss. He extensively analyzed the myths of indigenous American tribes, identifying major oppositions within these narratives. For example, Lévi-Strauss examined mythical archetypes like the frog and the snake, each associated with specific cultural meanings. According to Lévi-Strauss, these creatures and their symbolic meanings form the basis of the mythic narratives through their oppositional relationships. Universal factors in myths. Lévi-Strauss argued that binary oppositions are a universal factor in the production of myths. He posited that every mythic narrative fundamentally consists of pairs of antagonists. When one element of the binary is present, the other is necessarily implied through an operation of difference predicted upon direct opposition. This universal presence of binary oppositions in myths highlights their role as fundamental elements in storytelling and cultural expression. Human mind and thought. Lévi-Strauss suggested that the prevalence of binary oppositions in myths reflects the way the human mind works. He believed that language and thought operate through these oppositional structures. This idea implies that binary oppositions are not merely cultural artifacts but are intrinsic to human cognition and perception. Structuralist theorists. Many structuralist theorists have built upon Lévi-Strauss's ideas, especially those concerned with narratology. For instance, A.J. Grimes used binary oppositions as the basis for developing theories about the fundamental structure of all narratives. By analyzing the oppositional relationship within narratives, Grimes and others sought to uncover the universal principles underlying all storytelling. Roman Jakobson also found the concept of binary opposition useful in his linguistic theories. He argued that binary oppositions underpin more complex relationships in language, forming an inherent structure within linguistic systems. Methodological rigor. Despite some criticisms, binary oppositions are valued for their methodological rigor. Structuralists and other theorists utilized binary oppositions as a precise tool for classifying texts and meanings. This approach helps scholars systematically analyze and interpret the structures of meaning within cultural and literary texts. Structuralist literary criticism. In structuralist literary criticism, texts are interpreted in terms of codes composed of multiple binary oppositions. This practice assumes that meaning is produced through stable oppositional structures. By examining these oppositions, critics can uncover the underlying meanings and structures within a text. Critiques of structuralism. The concept of binary opposition has also faced critiques, primarily from post-structuralist thinkers like Jacques Derrida. In his seminal work of grammatology, Derrida deconstructs binary oppositions by analyzing the relationships between supposedly opposite terms. He builds on Saussures' structural linguistics, which posits that lexical items or signs have meaning only through their difference from other vocabulary pieces. Derrida's deconstruction reveals that the exclusivity of binary terms is not as rigid as structuralists propose. He demonstrates that each term in an opposition contains elements of the other, destabilizing the clear-cut boundaries between them. For instance, the opposition between black and white is not straightforward. Black is defined by its difference from white, suggesting that white is always present within black as its defining contrast. Materialist critiques. Materialistic critics like Terry Eagleton have also utilized the concept of binary opposition to critique structuralist practice. In Literary Theory and Introduction, Eagleton argues that structuralists view cultural forms as changing while maintaining that universal oppositions uncovered by Levi-Strauss are eternal and unchanging. He criticizes this view as ahistorical, suggesting that it overlooks the historical and social contingencies that shape cultural forms. Eagleton problematizes the structuralist separation between deeper universal meanings and the movement of historical and social change. He sees this approach as ideological, akin to the Arnoldian maneuver of separating culture from politics. By doing so, structuralists replicate a conservative view that removes cultural analysis from its socio-political context. Influence on post-structuralism. Despite these critiques, both deconstructionist and materialistic critics acknowledge their debts to structuralist theorizing of binary oppositions. The deconstruction of these oppositions has led to significant developments in post-structuralism, resulting in a decentering of fixed meanings and an emphasis on the complexity and fluidity of signification. Post-structuralist thinkers continue to explore the implications of binary oppositions, recognizing their foundational role while questioning their stability and universality. Conclusion. Binary opposition remains a crucial concept in structuralist theory, providing a foundational framework for analyzing cultural and linguistic structures. While the concept has faced significant critiques and has evolved through post-structuralist thought, its influence on literary and cultural theory persists. By examining the oppositional relationships that structure human thought and language, scholars continue to uncover the complexities and nuances of meaning making in various cultural forms. So this was the discussion on binary oppositions in the context of cultural studies and structuralism. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other topic. Until then, goodbye and thank you.